2019, the Internal Revenue Service issued 4.9 million separate assessments against corporations and corporate officers and employees, totaling over $13 billion in civil penalties. That's a tremendous amount of money. Civil penalty basically is that a corporation or an individual failed to take an action, and so that person or entity is going to be penalized for it. And so most corporations get into tax trouble with employment taxes. These are Social Security, Medicare, your individual withholdings for your employees, the corporation's matching Social Security and Medicare that they're required to pay. These are filed on your employer's quarterly report, that Form 941, or the federal unemployment return at the end of the year, Form 940. When a corporation does not file these returns on time, or files them with a balance, or does not file the returns at all, or just doesn't make any federal tax deposits according to their schedule, most people have to pay them. A lot of corporations pay them every month. Some corporations pay them bi-weekly, and then corporations with high wages have to pay them sometimes within 72 hours of a payday. So those employment taxes, when they become delinquent, a revenue officer is going to come out and conduct what's called a trust fund recovery penalty. And they're going to find any person in that entity, president, vice president, CFOs, regular payroll accountants, anyone that they can find who was willfully responsible for not paying the tax and was responsible for making sure it was done, can be civilly penalized for that amount of tax. So if a corporation has $700,000 of unpaid employment tax, guess what? Any person that they find who was responsible for making sure the tax was paid and who willfully made a decision not to pay them, they can be personally held liable for that $700,000. Those are civil penalties, the majority of them that are filed. Now, there are other more exotic civil penalties that are pushed out there, but the main one we're talking about today is for employment taxes. So when that happens, that revenue officer is going to show up at your place of business. They're going to conduct the TFRP, the Trust Fund Recovery Penalty investigation. They are allowed to contact your customers and issue levies on any accounts receivable that you have from your customers. They're allowed to contact them and interview them. You don't want your customers being contacted by the IRS saying, hey, Smith Incorporated owes $700,000. How much are you sending them this month for your bill? Okay, you need to now send that to us. That is an almost automatic no-go for a lot of customers, and they're just going to go find another customer. The IRS can issue summonses. They can issue subpoenas for people to appear and give testimony or interview them. They can file an injunction against your corporation to stop doing or to start doing something. They can issue fraud referrals, and then your employment tax issue becomes a fraudulent issue, which could be subject to increased penalties and fines and possibly even incarceration. They can issue levies against your entity, your bank accounts, or corporate officers. And they can, the most damaging thing is the filing of that federal tax lien. Once that federal tax lien is out there, it also becomes public record. It goes into the public record, and anyone who just goes to the courthouse and Googles federal tax liens is going to see your corporation's name. If you're in the process of trying to secure loans or funding for a particular project, when they do a UCC search, Uniform Commercial Code, they're going to see that this company has a tax lien, and it is almost prohibitive at that point to get you any type of regular bank funding, and you have to go into other markets where the interest rates are significantly more expensive. So I've been in this business for almost 20 years. I worked with the Internal Revenue Service, and then I've been in private practice since 2013. I know everything that revenue officers are going to do when they show up at your place of business to investigate your corporation. Trust me when I say you need someone who knows how they think, how they operate, and what procedures they will utilize to come after you. There is a path forward when you have IRS trouble, and you need to get good representation, even if it isn't me. Don't let the IRS come in and do harmful things to your business that can force it to shut down. Now, they're not allowed to put you out of business unless you're in a fraudulent arena. But typically, they can do enough things to you that will ultimately force your business to close because you just won't be able to operate. So I give free consultations here at TaxCore. You can come to our website and sign up for a consultation. Please click on our links, like and follow our page, and share it with other business owners. You never know who may be having this trouble. And so as always, we're here to help. Have a great day.